Hello, happy people. This is Mr. Wilcox coming to you again from my kitchen table. We just finished our chapter on um, exponents, and so our last chapter is on polynomials. So we're going to add, subtract, multiply, and factor polynomials. So today we're just going to start with adding and subtracting polynomials. All right, so there's a lot of stuff on the slide, so I'm going to pause here so you can pause the video and write it in your notebook. And when you are ready, hit play again. All right, to know what a polynomial is, we're going to start with the smallest polynomial, which is a monomial. So mono means one, and nomial means term. So that means we have one term. So, and remember, a term can be a number, a variable, or any product of a number and variable. So examples of monomials or terms are 2, 3x, 4xy, and 5x squared y. So then when we put lots of these together, or we have more than one, they're called polynomials. And so if we look up above at this polynomial here, there are two parts of polynomials that we really need to learn about. And the first is the degree. The degree of a polynomial is the greatest exponent power that there is. So in this case, for 2x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 2, the biggest degree is 3. So our biggest power is 3, so our degree is 3. And the leading coefficient, remember coefficient means the number in front of a variable. And so our leading coefficient is always the coefficient in front of the largest power. And so in this case, we have a 2 in front of the x cubed. So our leading coefficient there will be 2. So polynomial means lots of terms. The biggest power is our degree, and the number in front of the biggest power is our leading coefficient. All right, I am going to pause again here for a second so you can write this in your notebook. When you're ready, go ahead and play the video again. All right, so rewriting a polynomial. Polynomials should always be written from the biggest power on the exponent to the smallest. And that way we can tell what the degree and the leading coefficient are right away. So in this case of 15x minus x cubed plus 3, our biggest power is x cubed, so that first term of negative x cubed needs to come out front. Our next highest power in x is the first, which is on the 15, so that's a positive 15x, so we have plus 15x. And our last number should always be the constant if it's there, so it's plus 3. So in this case, our degree is kind of is on the biggest, is our biggest power, and our biggest power is 3. And our leading coefficient is kind of hidden. It's a negative 1 because there is always a hidden 1, remember, out front if it's not shown as a coefficient. So polynomials always written biggest power to constant, and then remember our biggest power is our degree, and the number out front of that is our leading coefficient. All right, adding polynomials. Again, I'm going to pause here for a second so you can write this in your notebook. So pause the video and hit play whenever you are ready. So to add polynomials, basically what we're going to do is we're going to combine like terms. And what it means to be like terms is to find the terms with the same variable to the same power. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop the parentheses, we're going to group like terms, and then we are going to combine those like terms. So that'll make more sense when we do an example. So here's our first example. So go ahead and write that down and we'll go through it. So the first step is to drop our parentheses. So we have 5x cubed plus 4x minus 2x plus 4x squared plus 3x cubed minus 6. And then we're going to find like terms. So we're going to find the biggest power starting first, because remember we always write polynomials with the biggest power. And so it looks like our biggest power is cubed. So we have a 5x cubed and we have a plus 3x cubed. So if we combine those like terms, 5x cubed plus 3x cubed is 8x cubed. Now remember, we are adding here, so all we do is combine the coefficients and our power doesn't change. We're not multiplying, so we shouldn't add our exponents, and we're not taking a power to a power, so we shouldn't multiply our exponents. They need to stay exactly the same. If I had 5 apples and 3 apples, I would have 8 apples, not 8 apples cubed. So that's why if I have 5x cubed and 3x cubes, I now have 8x cubes. Let's see, our next biggest power is 4x squared, and there doesn't seem to be any terms that go with that, so I'm just going to bring plus 4x squared down. Let's see, our next biggest power looks like it is our x's to the first power, so we have a 4x minus a 2x, and 4x minus 2x is plus 2x. And then finally, we have our constant, and there's no other constant, so we're just going to bring down minus 6. So our polynomial goes from biggest power to smallest. So we have 3, 2, 1, and a constant. And there's no more like terms, so this is in fact our answer. X cubed plus 4x squared plus 2x minus 6. So another way you could do this is you could rewrite it with the x cubes next to each other. I don't care how you do it, as long as you put the x cubes together, the x squareds together, the x's together, and the constants together. All right, so we're not only going to add polynomials today, we're going to subtract polynomials. So I'm going to pause here for a second so you can pause the video, write this down in your notebook, and hit play when you are ready. So to subtract polynomials, we are going to change our subtraction to addition. And to do that, we're going to change the sign in the middle of the problem to addition. And then we're going to change all the signs in the second polynomial. And then we're going to combine our like terms just like we were in an addition problem. So let's make that make more sense with an example. So if I have 4x squared minus 3x plus 5 minus 3x squared minus x minus 8, I'm going to change the subtraction to addition and change all the signs in my side one. So this becomes negative 3x squared, positive x, and positive 8. So if we drop our parentheses, we get 4x squared minus 3x plus 5. So we have plus a negative 3x squared or minus 3x squared plus x plus 8. So we changed the center to addition, and we changed all the signs in our second polynomial to subtract. So now it's just an addition problem like we've been working with. So we're going to first find the biggest power. It looks like our biggest power here is squared. So we have a 4x squared and a negative 3x squared. So 4x squared minus 3x squared is 1x squared, or just x squared. Next biggest power looks like it's x to the first power. So I have a negative 3x plus x. Negative 3x plus x is negative 2x. All right, and then we have our constants, a positive 5 and a positive 8. Positive 5 plus 8 is 13. So we have a polynomial. It goes from biggest power to smallest, so squared, first power, constant. And there's no more like terms to combine, so this is our answer. This is our solution. It is x squared minus 2x plus 13. So that is adding and subtracting polynomials. Basically, we're just combining like terms with adding, and to subtract, you change it to addition, change all the signs in the second polynomial, and treat it like adding, so combining like terms again. So I hope you are all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and I hope you all have a